The dating scene is in France is damn near crippling. I don't know how they say this is the land of love. Careful, because you will be damn near ran through like a damn McDonald's.
You think I am a freak because I am a black woman?
I don't date black men.
I met this white girl from Eastern Europe. She was like, oh yeah, I like black men. I like, because I like the way their penis looks like next to my white skin.
Here is just
A black woman, specifically for a black woman from America, and you are wanting love to find you, I would go to Europe, like genuinely. Specifically, France.
Listen, if you thought making friends in France was hard, try dating in France. Try dating in France. The dating scene is in France is damn near crippling. I don't know how they say this is the land of love, but ain't no love here. I'm telling you, ain't no love here. And if you're a woman dating in this country, you have to be very careful, because you will be damn near ran through like a damn McDonald's. Okay, men will come in and out, and they don't want no stable relationship. People don't really make connection in this country. The dating life in this country is damn near crippling. Nobody is connecting with nobody, and they paint this image of, oh, country, the land of love. Ain't no love here. People here are lonely. People here are lonely. Nobody's making any connection. Nobody's dating anybody.
You stop with all that damn lying.
The funny thing, she's not lying according to her standard. What she's willing to accept. Not everybody's willing to accept that. Like that lady's a little older. This girl is young. You already know. Look at the difference between her and her. She has at least 7 to 10 years on her. Easy. Or maybe 10 to 20. So there's a difference. And other women are willing to accept less as well. Because guys are really trying to smash most of the time. I can't say all the time, because I saw a black woman who was married to a guy from another country. You know, you have some guys that are willing and capable, but they're accepting less. But maybe in France, it's dire straits out there.
You think I am a freak because I am a black woman? Let's talk about the fetish Germans have on black girls, Latinos, basically any kind of girl that's not from Germany. I don't know if they think that it's cool, but for me, I find it very irritating. I remember when I was single and I would be like on all these dating apps. I don't mean on all the dating apps. I was just like on 2 or 3, okay? Don't get me wrong. And then I would get matched, and then all of a sudden they're writing things like my chocolate queen, or my type is a black woman. I don't like white girls. Oh my God, please. You don't like white girls. Excuse me. You're a white man. You have a white mother. What do you mean you don't like white girls? You do not have to put down other women to elevate me. I do not need that. You don't have to say that. Maybe because we were once oppressed by you guys, that you feel like saying that makes me feel comfortable. No, it makes me pull away. I feel you do not have a real connection with me. You're just connecting to me because I look different.
I understand what you're saying. I feel for you. But they're men. At the end of the day, the only thing is they don't have any game. See, if the man was from Africa, where you from, or an American, he would have a little bit of game. But English is probably not their first language, and they're just throwing balls. They don't know how to throw a strike. They're just trying to pitch or trying to hit a jump shot. And you know what? I'm sure sometimes they hit the shot or they throw a strike. You keep trying, it will work. So guys are just attempting. I'm sorry that it's like that, but I understand though.
Being as a black woman in Spain and Europe as a whole, the number one thing that I look out for is the fetishization of black bodies. It has happened to me before, But I know the obvious signs. Usually a guy will mention my skin tone or his skin tone in the first date as if I didn't notice. That's one of the main signs I look for. But you know what I've noticed here? In the United States, obviously it happens with black people and date white people. But here it has been so much more like in your face, like fetishization, especially with like white women and black men. Like even this past weekend, I met this white girl from Eastern Europe and she was telling me like, oh, I don't even know why she came out and started telling me this. But she was like, oh yeah, I like black men. I was like, okay, I don't know why you're telling me this, but okay. And then I was like, why do you like them? She was literally like, because I like the way their penis looks like next to my white skin.
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I like the way their penis looks next to my white skin. What's the difference? What did you just hear? Black men are winning and they're struggling. And that white girl was, I think, trying to attempt to throw it in her face. She didn't pick that up. She's like, oh yeah, I'm doing everything to it. I like the way it looks. I hold my arm up and I see the difference in complexion. And I see the veins and it's just crazy. But that's what that was.
Like, why would that be okay to tell me? Why would you tell me that? That is such a weird thing to say. Like, what the
Hold on. We're too close, but hold on. Last summer, 2024 summer, I had gynecology placement and I was doing a couple of day in the life of a medical student in Czech Republic vlogs. And I told you guys about how dating here is just
I wonder why.
Remember that? Remember I said I was going to come back to that? I'll just let you read this and then I'll talk. You can pause and read it. Okay, now I'm going to talk. You can pause and read it if you need to.
Let's read this. Dating in Czech Republic as a black woman. I'm looking for more than just sex. Looking for fantastic X. I'm not interested in a woman who likes to give herself away. I'm more interested in quiet water that feels desire from time to, I can't see the rest, to its animality. Me, 190. 94. Sports figure. Random info, specialty coffee, travel, good music, animal, nature. This woman was with all the smoke. We already can tell. The goose is good for the gander. How you say that line? The goose is good for the gander? Definitely with her. She's like, wait a minute. These Czech Republic guys want me? She's all for it. Let me hear what you got to say.
I have had a guy send me a picture of him kneeling down on a dating app and saying that he would like to be a slave to a black woman. I have a screenshot of this. I don't know if I still have it, but
Oh, she was excited. That guy made her weekend. She probably did something. I can see that calm. Yeah. Passport, sissing it up. Even the big ones get it in.
You're in a relationship. When here, you have to have a conversation about it, which is so.
Y'all, when I tell you this happened yesterday, I had to like text my friend Camille, who's French and lives in Paris, because I was like, break this down for me. She was like, all right, girl, so basically dating apps have changed this a little bit, but for the most part, yeah, this is kind of how it works. I was like, oh, okay. Shows like was that Love Trip and The Real Girlfriends of Paris or whatever, I saw a couple of episodes of those and I was like, this is starting to make sense to me, because I was like, why are all these Frenchmen so fucking I was like, yeah, no, it's kind of weird that American people have like an entire conversation about it. I was like, well, it's not really a whole conversation. It's more like, hey, I like you. I'm not seeing anybody else. I don't want to see anybody else. Are you seeing other people? Like, that's usually as deep as it gets, right? And I was like, if y'all don't talk about this at all, how do you know you go together? You just assume? And she was like, yeah, if I go on like 4 or 5 dates with some guy, like we sleep together, like we make out, we go together. And I was like, girl, what? And I was like, okay, so what happens if like you're on date 5?
Y'all sleep together and you're kissing. That's what it is. If you're sleeping with someone, you go together. Am I wrong? I know it's not that way. I participated in those festivities back in America, so I understand how it can be skewed. But yeah, it's a problem. That's why all the diseases run around.
5 with some guy, and you're just assuming that y'all are boyfriend and girlfriend now, but meanwhile he's on like date 3 with somebody else, and you just don't know because you didn't ask and he didn't say, and you just assumed. How does that work? She's like, well, I would just think he's a jerk. And I was like, but you didn't ask. So you just assumed you were in a situation with somebody that you weren't because you didn't ask. Because like, I don't get how he would be the bad person here. I was like, okay, so if I assume that we go together after like 5 dates, what if after date 8, I don't like you anymore and we break up? Now I can say I call you my ex-boyfriend, even though we were like dating for all of 3 weeks? Like, I was just like, and all the while she's telling me all this stuff, and I'm like, this is fascinating. I have to go back and watch these shows knowing and understanding that this is how this works here. Now, this is my new obsession. I think my niche for like the next couple of weeks is going to shift from Barbie to a complete like sociological study of dating norms in other countries, so I don't get caught out here slipping, okay? Because true life, if I hadn't failed statistics so miserably in college, like this would actually be what I'd be doing in real life. Like researching this kinds of stuff, because this is really what I wanted to do. So now I'm going to do it on TikTok, where you can live out your dream.
Sad. They get in these countries and they see how it is. But it's wild because it's like that for them. For the men, it's a whole different experience. That's what a girl said. I love the way it looks next to my skin. Night and day, I'm telling y'all, night and day.
They not like us. They not like us.
Dating in your 30s is the ghetto. The ghetto. Like, it's extremely ghetto. So if it's already ghetto, don't add extra stress on top of that. And men who don't know what they want, they don't show you, they don't reciprocate your energy, you don't spend time with them, you don't really talk to them. There's just no real effort. Bare minimum. You have to cut off. If you're happy with that, then that's fine. But the man who wants you in his life, wants to build with you, wants to spend time with you, he may be extremely busy or extremely got other things, has got other things to do, but he will make it known, look, I want you in my life, I want to build with you, I think you're special, I think you're important. He will let that be known. So if you're confused, cut that shit off. What's all the higgy-hagger about? Especially if you've already voiced it and there's still no improvement. Girl, that's gotta go. Absolutely not.
98% of the time, I don't date black men.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
And I'm happier because of that. Je suis Dr. Lori, your Paris dating coach. I help high-achieving black women date in Paris for adventure, fun, and love if they choose. Controversial Shannon. His post came up to my feed about how black men are complaining that black women are dating, that a black woman said she doesn't date black men. And of course, we needed a black man to chastise black men, because when we do it, we're bees. And basically he said that black men choose to date 30-40% outside of our and they constantly complain about black women. They're very negative, not negative to the point of vitriolic against them. Most black women have had, I won't say most, but a lot of black women have had some really negative, not only negative, but damaging relationships with black men, to the point that it's caused trauma. Yeah, I said trauma. So why would we want to continue to date you? Black men, when we've had significant trauma. A few weeks ago, I met a man from Benin. We went on a date. And basically, he wanted to come back to my place. And he wanted me to give him a blowjob. So after that, I deleted all of the black men on the dating app. However, I am talking to one. I mentioned him as Chaka Zulu right now. He is his family is from Cape Verdean and I think the Gambia. He seems to genuinely be interested in me, but we'll see. But I mentioned the men I was dating. That is the only black man in the queue. My dog is barking at me because I'm not paying attention to him, kind of like how men do. So I'm just going to say, we have to go where we're celebrated. We have to date men that celebrate us. And that's why I date outside of my race in Paris. Follow me if you'd like more dating tips and information.
The man approached you and wanted you to give him a VJ. You know what happened, right? He thought because you were older, it was easy. And I wonder why you call the man, the only black man you're dating, Shaka Zulu. I saw when you talked about being a divester, not dating black men, and you're highlighting it like you're what all black men want. I'm not trying to shame you. I'm just saying. I know you can probably get a man as you have a roster. I made a video about you the other day about you having a roster, but you're old and you're talking like you're really what black men want. And you know how black men feel? The same line I've been using for the longest time. Stay over there. We don't care.
Couldn't agree more.
Ready to get off the dating market is because I'm so tired of talking about my optics as a black woman when it comes to featureism, colorism, implicit bias, preferences, desirability, beauty as a social currency. I am so tired of having this conversation and catching strays as a innocent bystander just by being a black woman. The backstory, he was like talking about, I know the creator he was talking about, because she made some comments about how people find peace whenever they stop dating black men. Basically, he was just like calling out like her features, talking about like how she has a strong jawline and how she looks masculine and things like that. And then a follow-up video, he was just talking about how like, y'all don't know what men like. Men don't like them strong features, those strong jawlines, them just doing this and stuff, talking about genetic features. As somebody with 4+ Black American grandparents, I attribute my features as somebody who does have a quote-unquote strong face to the survival of two black people loving each other over and over and over again. The conversation gets so exhausting, and it's honestly really heartbreaking to hear this type of commentary coming from black men in particular, and not to start any gender wars or anything like that, but like when you see black men who literally have, if they don't have a strong jawline like you do as a woman, they have big noses, big lips, dark skin. These are Afrocentric attributes and features that we are all carrying because two black people decided to love each other over and over and over again. So when we are talking about black love and dating and preferences and desirability and beauty standards and beauty as a construct, it's like, do we not know that we are literally talking about ourselves in a different body? So it really hurts my heart when I hear these types of things. And this isn't a thing of like, oh, well, I'm gonna play for the other team, but it's definitely one of those things where it's like, no matter who I find love with, whether it's a black man or a man of color, or I just don't want to engage and take part of these types of discussions anymore, because they are very circular. They draw no conclusion, no progress, and it's honestly just sad. And I just hope that for any black woman who is still single and trying to figure out, when her time is coming, or why she's still single, is it because she's on these dating apps and the dating apps aren't working? Is it because she's not the preference on these dating apps and she should go out in the wild, but when she goes out in the wild, she's deemed as too intimidating and unapproachable? And then, okay, why am I unapproachable? Is because of my features, my complexion, how I come off? Like, y'all don't understand the internal monologue that black women, especially dark-skinned black women, have to tame. There's a taming of that internal monologue of what it's like to go out into the world and be perceived. Always having our look surveillance, always having our face structure and appearance surveillance. There's so many internal battles that black women, especially dark-skinned black women, have to tame just to make it out the house. So when we're on our phone scrolling, just trying to enjoy some content, and then we come across things like this, it is one of those things that it's just better left in the group chat.
Great. An airline pilot is taking a field sobriety test right outside his plane filled with passengers. The just-released video is raising fresh concerns about alcohol abuse among pilots. A TSA agent reported that 52-year-old Captain David Alsop's breath reeked of alcohol as he went through the security gate at Savannah Airport in Georgia.
TSA reporting a pilot could smell alcohol on his breath. The pilot is currently located on the plane at Gate 2.
Police ordered the Southwest Airlines pilot out of the cockpit minutes before takeoff for Chicago.
When was the last time you had something to drink?
Last night?
About how many hours ago?
Like 10 hours ago, at least.
He was given the field sobriety test right there on the jet bridge. Watch as he's told to follow an object with his eyes. Then walk heel to toe.
2, 3.
And then stand on one leg. He was stunned when cops told him he failed.
The signs that you exhibited during those 3 tests and the odor coming off of your person, it's very consistent with DUI.
He was placed in handcuffs, the humiliating end of a 19-year career as an airline pilot.
With attempting to fly a plane under the influence, new surveillance video showing what he did just before boarding the plane that made airport security officials very suspicious.
This morning, watch as this Delta pilot, accused of being intoxicated, makes it through initial security as he's getting ready to fly from Minneapolis to San Diego. But when Gabriel Schroeder gets close to his gate, a random secondary check is set up. As he sees what's happening, police say his demeanor changes. When asked to put his bag on the table, he tells police, "I'm not ready," and turns and walks away. Suspicious, officers ask that the pilot be tracked through the airport, and these surveillance cameras show the 37-year-old finding an escalator, heading down a floor to a men's bathroom in late July. He's in that bathroom for only 30 seconds, where police say they later found a bottle of vodka stuffed in one of the trash cans. Schroeder then heads back to the checkpoint, telling an officer he had to go back to the pilot's lounge to get his iPad. Schroeder passes and gets on the jetliner into the first officer's seat, but police officers board and ask the pilot to leave the cockpit.
Wow. Crazy. And all for this, you lose your pilot's license. But yeah, man, it's dangerous out there. Guys, I haven't heard of this happening on any international flights. If you guys are looking to travel across these waters, but this is sad. Be careful, it's happening. But other than that, thank y'all for watching. See you next video.